Thoracic mobility, that thing that everybody trains, but yet no one seems to have enough of. Why is that? I think it's because the thoracic spine moves in 3 planes of motion, and most of the time people will train it in one, like, oh, I'll stretch over a ball, or oh, I'm gonna do some rotational reaches, or oh, I'm gonna do something in side bending. The reality is, your limitation in thoracic mobility is yours. Simple as that. So when you do a thoracic mobility drill, if it's gonna work for you, you're gonna find it challenging. If it's relatively easy, set it aside because it's not gonna change you. Here's my top 5. None of them may work for you, but hopefully at least one of them will. First up, we're gonna do some extension drills using a RAD product, either the RAD Roller or the RAD Helix. You may not have these, but I got you covered. Look for a coupon code in the comments section and you can get one. This is my favorite, so it's what I'm gonna use. When I introduce this to my patients, I have them try both and they pick the one they like the best. Here's how we use them. I'm laying on the Helix. It is centered on my back. Job 1, get my head on the ground and still breathe comfortably. If this is hard for you to breathe, just stay here and try to make friends with the position. If you're able to breathe, arms are here, elbows locked straight, and you're reaching for the ground. And when you do that, the length and weight of your arms creates leverage, and that helps you pry up some thoracic extension. The next one I'm going to show you is over this ball. Very similar to what we did with the RAD products, but different in that the RAD products are focused. You're going to get 1 or 2 segments of the spine and mostly joint stuff. This is going to be global and be mostly fascia stuff. They'll feel very different. You'll be able to tell right away. So start by sitting on the ball and then walk your feet this way until your head is comfortably supported. Once your head is comfortably supported, get your arms overhead and slowly start to walk your feet towards the ball so you arch over it more. Now, if you widen your feet, you get better control, and then you can find which angle feels the best to you, and you can hang out there or you can go back and forth. What I like to do is to get out over it kind of far and then see if I'm able to actively make my fingertips touch the ground. That active effort of getting that additional extension has value to me. So these are similar to what you saw before, but they're different, so they warrant their own exercise. Another one of my favorites is a half kneeling rainbow. Half kneeling is the position I'm in, rainbow is the movement I'm going to do. This hand is going to block this knee so it stays straight, because as I'm turning, it's going to want to come with me, and that takes away from the value. So I'm going to block this knee, make this arm long, and then bring it all the way up to the 12 o'clock position where my arm's in line with my ear. Then I'm gonna work really hard to turn my chest as far to the right as I can. And then from there, lower my arm, raise it up and over, and bring it back. When you do the 2 sides, you may very well find one moves less well than the other. Focus on the one that's tighter. Similar to the half kneeling rainbow is the half kneeling windmill. This was originally a kettlebell drill. I don't like to use with a kettlebell until you have it well controlled. So pretend kettlebell straight up. Then you're going to do a lateral hip hinge. We get some hip rotation with this too. Lateral hip hinge, so I'm going to my right with my hip. I'm also then going to rotate to my right with my thoracic spine. I've got my eyes on my kettlebell because when there's a weight overhead, you better keep your eye on it. So I have to use my free hand as a guide. So I'm here, big weight shift, big turn, my hand as a guide finds my other leg, slides down to the foot, and now all I look to do is to bring my elbow down to the ground and then bring it back up. The last one I'm going to show you is one that looks like a hamstring stretch. I'm going to put my leg up onto something that feels like a relatively easy stretch for me. So if this is too high, you find something lower. If it's too low, you find something a little higher. The idea is you feel sort of a noticeable but no big deal hamstring stretch to start. Then what you're going to do to get that thoracic spine is you're going to take your arm over your head, your other arm is going to be a counterbalance, and you're going to move laterally. And that creates this really awesome stretch in between the ribs. You go both ways, but almost always when you go away from the leg you're standing on, the stretch is bigger. That's a great one too, for me. May not be great for you, but please give them a try.